What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, we are almost closing in about a week and a half since the announcement, and then also, of course, the implementation of the SPS staking rewards. And I wanted to take a quick look and see what happened to the player base over these last couple of days. So the announcement was made on the 4th. You can see we had about 58,000 daily active players. And then it went live on the 6th, which was a Thursday, 46,000 players. And what we can see here is that there were several days where we actually went even further below that 46,000. There's 3 days in a row here where we only had about 42,000 daily active accounts. And so looking at the last 2 days, we did have this jump back up to around the 55K range. So I am wondering, because we've seen a very predictable pattern over the past 6 months, is every time we see a jump in accounts, it usually leads to some kind of consolidation. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case around here in June, as I do believe we started to see maybe some more alt or bot accounts come online. It was a very slow time, and I think the lower prices on cards probably got a lot of extra bot accounts. That's, again, this is just my theory. So you can see, you know, we'll get this massive surge up, which, again, this doesn't mean that there's battles being played, but there are, but the accounts are being accessed. And then all of a sudden you see a massive dip, and the dips just kept getting lower and lower and lower. And this actually goes even further back into last year as well. So we're seeing this pop up to 55,000. And I'm wondering, again, if maybe a lot of the accounts that are being accessed right now are, you know, cleaning out all of the SPS that is currently in there and then sending it to whatever bot accounts or farming accounts that will be active in the near future. So, you know, we'll continue watching this. Obviously, this will be the first full season that we have to see what the SPS staking requirement does look like, or the impact that it has. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about here, and I do think that this is relatively significant to show the impact on the economy, is the fact that transactions are down significantly too. And this is just from, you know, the last couple of weeks here. You can see on June 30th, or, you know, between June 20th and June 30th, we were still getting close to like 1.5 million transactions per day, right? Here is June 29th, we had 1.49 million transactions. Well, check this out. As soon as we had the implementation on July 6th, it's just been a straight ride down. Sure, there's been a couple days where we've had increased, you know, a little bit, but that to me signals that if a lot of these bot accounts don't have the SPS and they were going out and just renting the cards that they needed, all of those transactions have essentially become a net negative for farm operators, and therefore they have just shut everything down completely. Now we're seeing a little bit of an uptick here. So once again, like I said, I'm wondering if there's consolidation happening. These bot accounts are probably playing at higher levels. They don't have all the low-level cards anymore and farming in bronze, but maybe farming in silver, gold, maybe even diamond. But once again, you know, that to me, that's kind of what the data represents. These are the conclusions that I'm drawing. There's, you know, I can't prove these without a doubt. I'm just saying based on previous data. Now, the other thing that's been interesting, and this will be the final point, is just the battles, right? We haven't necessarily seen battles drop off significantly. If we go over, let's just do like the past 3 months. You know, I mean, I guess there is a slight drop off, but it's not like the best way that I can say it is, you know, we're seeing half the transactions, right? 55,000 or 750,000 versus the 1.5 million. We're seeing half the transactions, but definitely not half the battles. So these battles are still happening, and as I've complained about in bronze, we see a lot of that happening with just accounts that are going after the leaderboard. So that's probably something that I'm going to bring up again in a future video at some point. But I'm looking at this. I'm liking where the numbers are going. It's weird to me that we're celebrating lower numbers, but in a sense, it shows that we are heading in the right direction from an economic incentive standpoint, right? It is now like you got to have some stake in the platform, you got to have the cards, and you got to have the skill set, right? And so for a lot of these automated accounts, they'll have the cards, or they'll have the skill set, right? Because if it's an AI or a bot behind it, they'll have the cards, or they have the ability to rent the cards, but they don't necessarily have the stake in the platform. So they could be getting that. Don't get me wrong. There was like 6 months, or however long since the Soulbound reward cards went live, that bots could just sell their SPS or keep it. And I do wonder if a lot of them ended up keeping it for a time like now, and we're just seeing the consolidation. But I would expect this number to drop back down. I don't think we're in a place where we're drawing in a lot of newer players. Granted, you can see here that there has been a little bit of a spike in the amount of new signups, but we are not converting them. I mean, this is 5 spellbooks purchased a day, 6, 4. So the spellbook purchases aren't encouraging. In terms of they're not encouraging data saying that a lot of people are coming in. So I would say that anytime we see this spike up, the active players, it's probably going to be consolidation of accounts, and we're going to see what this looks like. But there's a lot of cards available on the market. SPS is now up, almost 60% not year to date, but 60% from its all-time low at about 1.5 cents. So we're sitting in a good spot, because tower defense is hopefully around the corner. Land is hopefully around the corner. GLG, which I know people don't necessarily care about here, is also around the corner. In fact, it's going live next week. And if that can bring in some people, there's still the relationship tie between the SPS airdrop or the GLX airdrop for SPS holders. That could be significant. That could be significant, and it could bring people who explore GLG, like the game, love the MLS, love the players, but are looking for more crypto adjacent stuff. Once they're already on the platform, they may just go in and check things out. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.